What is going on, you guys? It is your girl, Geneva Marie. And thank you so much for joining Living Out Loud with the Freemans. And so, this is week 2 of my GLP1 tirzepatide journey. Last week, I shared with you guys kind of the experiences from the beginning. And so, just so you know, I am on 2.5 milligrams of the Zepbound GLP1 tirzepatide injection. And so, just to recap, week 1, I ended up coming down 6 pounds. Yay! And so this week, we're going to talk about it all. It was definitely a journey. And of course, you guys know I have my notes. I have to kind of write each day and try and remember everything. So today, February 21st, 2025. So, I started, my journey on February 14th, 2025. And so February 21st, 2025 was my second shot. So I ended up taking that shot at about 1:30. I took it in the abdomen on the left side. So last week I took it on the right side. Today, or this week I took it on the left side. And so I took it at about 1:30. Let's just say by 8:15, my homie D came into town. And so I definitely was up a little bit that evening, releasing everything. And so I think, with this journey, there are gastrointestinal side effects that come from the shot, and most people get constipation. There's constipation, diarrhea, vomiting, and nausea. So I actually, I guess for me so far, right, I'm still very new on this journey, but so far, I'm not getting the constipation. So let's see, 24 hours. So day 1, as I'll call it. So the way I like to kind of calculate it is every 24 hours to me is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, so on. So day 1, after the shot, which was the 22nd, I felt extremely lethargic. You guys, when I say I was tired, I slept all morning Saturday, and I actually had an event that I had to host at 11 a.m. on that day. And when I tell you I had to fight and power through that thing, I had to fight and power through that thing. I was tired. And so I made sure that I drank my electrolytes because I've been taking advantage of that benefit and knowing that it kind of replaces what I'm losing through hanging out with my friend D. And I wasn't able to eat until around like 1 something in the afternoon. I did make myself drink a protein shake at about 11 or so. So that way I at least was trying to get in my protein intake. And so you guys, I had the opportunity to connect with the dietitian. So I have a dietitian. And I'm so blessed because my insurance is actually covering the cost for the medicine. They're covering, of course, the dietitian. And so I had the ability to connect with the dietitian and kind of talk through what I've heard, what I've learned so far on this amazing YouTube community. And she shared a lot of great insight. So for me, at a minimum, I need to be getting about 120 grams of protein a day. I need to be getting around 30 or so grams of fiber a day to make sure that nothing gets stuck, that everything kind of continues to move. And for those of you out there on this tirzepatide, on this GLP-1 journey, eat your fiber, get it in however you can. There are fiber supplements. For me, I'm trying to eat natural, whole foods as much as possible. So things like apples, carrots, of course, your green leaves are really, really helpful. Sweet potato has a lot of fiber in it. And so I'm trying to get in as much of like the healthy whole fibers as I can throughout the day, as well as my proteins. And so what I've noticed is I'm trying to eat my fiber early and then my protein around lunch. So that way I'm getting it in. Yeah, so I'll kind of share through that. But so I ended up having a tuna salad for lunch, and I really didn't eat a lot of it, but I tried to make sure I was heavy on my protein focus. And then in the evening, I had a Cobb salad. So I'm trying to like do salads, this things that I can really stomach and hold down, and not that I'm like throwing up or vomiting, but just things that are not making my stomach hurt or really affecting the gastrointestinal side effects with this medicine. And so I did have that half of that salad for dinner, and I was full, you guys. When I tell you appetite suppression was on point this week, appetite suppression was on point this week. And so I did that. I did have, of course, time with my friend D in the morning. And then I found myself getting tired earlier. So on this journey, I've been going to sleep around 9:30 in the evenings, or going to get in bed around 9:30 in the evenings. By like 9:30, 9:45, I'm knocked out, I'm asleep. And I drank 1.5 electrolytes. I've noticed on my day one, two, and sometimes into three, I need more electrolytes because I do find myself feeling um, a bit more dehydrated, especially with my gastrointestinal side effect that I'm getting versus what most other people are getting. And so the 23rd, okay, so the 21st was Friday, 22, 23, the 23rd was Sunday. This was the roughest day for me, you guys. I was so dehydrated. I had extreme, this is graphic, I know, but extreme diarrhea, and nausea and some stomach discomfort, and a ton of like loss of appetite. When I say appetite suppression, I was not hungry at all. I really had to kind of force myself to drink and to eat. And I had extreme mouth watering sensation. So not only the nausea of like the stomach turning, but the watery mouth was definitely a new experience for me on this day. Um, so I did that morning drink some protein, and it was a new type of protein. It could have been that the protein caused me to have the extreme like diarrhea and issues because it was new, and I think it had dairy in it, and that for me is a no. So I think I'm gonna eliminate the protein powder. I'm gonna give that either to my husband or give it to one of my friends that I know is on a health journey as well. Um, and see if I have the same results. I did also end up having to take two Imodium AD, and it helped a lot. Um, so I was definitely thankful for that, right? That I was able to do that. And then the 24th, so let's talk about the 24th. So the day kind of started. So I think this whole week I've kind of been battling with, diarrhea. The day kind of started a little rough with that and some stomach discomfort. Went to the restroom around 5 a.m., laid back down, let my stomach settle, and then went again at like 7 and then again at 11. But here's the thing. I actually was starting my cycle. So I think that some of this additional discomfort in the prior days, like on the 23rd and the 24th, was because I was getting ready to start my cycle. So my body was going through my normal um, PMS, but also heightened. And so I actually started um, there, right? Started feeling that, and kind of getting ready to release that. And so I ended up taking some ibuprofen because I was having some pains, like some cramping or whatever. And at that moment I didn't really realize if it was because of the medicine or if it was because of my period. But that day I was able to eat 2 eggs. I had a banana. I had some grapes, some carrots for breakfast. Well, kind of like through breakfast and pre-lunch, because I'll eat, right, like my carrots, and then I'll eat my banana, and then I'll wait, and then I'll eat my but carrot, and then I'll eat my grapes and my eggs together. For lunch I had a bowl of salad plus some kale mix, and then 4 ounces of chicken. So I did get my 120 grams of chicken. And by the end of that, I was too full, you guys, to even try and eat dinner. Like, I didn't even have a dinner. I was done at lunch, and I think I ended up eating lunch around 1:45, 2 o'clock, and I was done. There was no more. So I didn't eat anything else for the rest of the day. I was so full. And then on the 27th was, the 27th basically was kind of when I did my recap. So I dealt with extreme diarrhea and slight nausea. My stomach was all over the place. Day 4 was the most appetite suppression that I experienced. So day 4 was actually appetite suppression. I found myself experiencing extreme salivation, type of nausea. Day 5 through 7 were the best days for me for appetite suppression, for less like stomach and gastrointestinal issues. No side effects really, aside from appetite suppressant and feeling again like my normal self. So I actually felt like my normal self on day 5 through 7. And I ended up weighing myself on Monday. So I took the shot on Friday, weighed myself on Monday. I was down 3 pounds by that Monday. And then the 28th is when I ended up actually weighing myself. And so my plan was the first 2 weeks to just really start taking the medicine, let it regulate in my body before I started doing a lot of exercising. And I'm blessed and lucky that my hubby is going to help me do my exercising. He's going to help me with my weightlifting and all of that. I'm so blessed, you guys, to have a man who is just super, super supportive. I call him my Superman because he's like always right by my side and just kind of helping me. He's so encouraging, so supportive. And so he's already kind of thinking through the plan of, right, what he's going to have me doing. And so starting next week, I will be exercising and doing my weight training to continue through this process. And so then on the 28th is when, I hit the mic, sorry. On the 28th is when I ended up weighing in, and I was down 3.2 pounds. So realistically, I only lost like 0.2 pounds from Monday to Friday. But listen, down is good. Down is all that matters. Am I going down? Is the number going down? So 3.2 pounds for week number 2 on my Zepbound trizepatide 2.5 milligram journey. And so I'm thankful about that, right? So a total of 9.2 pounds in 2 weeks. Such a blessing. Let's see. Friday, appetite suppression was basically kind of almost null and void. And I think at that point I was fully like on my period. So it was like, okay, that's where a lot of that irritation, discomfort, pain, and all of that was happening from before. And so today, Friday is my shot day. And I will share next week how that goes, where I'm going to take the shot at, all of that, right? What it feels like, what my experiences are. I hope that you guys are enjoying this, these videos so far, and just me sharing the journey. I'm trying to, make sure that I am vlogging this journey for myself to just see and go through the transition of, where I am, and what this journey is doing to me and for me. And then also just sharing with you guys, if you are on your trizepatide journey or you are on your GLP1 journey, if you, have questions or ideas, suggestions, you guys, please share them in the comments. I am completely open. I know that I'm not in this journey alone. I know that, right, there's a whole complete GLP1 community out there of everyone who is going through this and just sharing information and ideas and thoughts. And so I'm completely open to that. And I'm going to continue to do the same. I'll help you guys with what works for me and what doesn't work for me. I think the biggest thing for me with the side effects that I'm getting is, hanging out, excuse me, hanging out with D a bit. We'll see if that changes when it's time for me to go up. But again, join me while I'm on this GLP1 trizepatide journey on Zepbound 2.5 milligrams, and we'll go from there. But leave comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week for the next update. Thank you so much for joining me. This is again Geneva Marie, living life out loud and loving every moment of the journey, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the great. Have a great rest of your day, guys.